All right, today is maintenance day for the dump truck. Got to do a little work on the big guy here. I didn't get as much done in my winter shop this year as I'd hoped because I was working on other things, which I will probably do a video of in the future pretty quick. But today we are going to drain the oil, we're going to change it, and we're also going to change the fuel filters on the rail down here and in the front end. So let's get started doing that. All right, I got all my stuff here. I got an oil filter and I have 2 fuel filters. All right, first thing here, we'll get the oil filter off. I warmed the truck up and I also brought it out here and shut it down and left it for about an hour to let all the oil settle out of the engine, but it's all warm. So I don't have this 36 millimeter unit socket for this, so I use my big crescent wrench. They also say that you shouldn't use this to take off this fuel filter cover. This is a 36 millimeter and this is a different size millimeter. I've had no problems with doing this way. So let's see if this one will come too. Yep. Because they say there's a possibility you can crack this. I'm just going to loosen that like that, and I'm going to leave it set. Alright, I've got a 5-gallon bucket under here. This truck takes 15 quarts, so it's down a quart. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little notch here. You pull this back into it. And then you turn it. And it drops the oil out. And when it's done, you just shut that and put the lock back on it and you're done. This is called a Fumato, and I bought it for this truck for this reason, because this truck has so much oil in it that it's a pain in the butt to really try and do this any other way. So anyway, we're going to let that drain. Okay, while the oil's draining down here, I'm going to get these guys done. And it kind of snaps out of here like that. Everything inside looks really, really good. And you can see now, I don't think you can see it, but all this oil has gone down now and it's out of there. So, okay, as we're getting our oil drained and getting ready, you can see these tabs on top of the filter. In here, there's a little ring that they snap into. Like that. Now this O-ring here I'm supposed to change, but I do not think that I have one. Yes, I do. Don't go on airplanes with these. This is the new O-ring for that filter. So what you do is you just stick your knife blade under there, or a pick or anything like that, and you just pop this up. Just like that, and take it off. And that gets discarded. Then we wipe all this stuff down and get all the crap out of it until you get it clean. And this down over here and gets rolled right down, and that goes on just like that. All right, you can see that's just dripping now, so we'll turn this back up and it'll lock into that little seat there, and that goes on just like that right into this groove here, and it keeps that arm from being able to be moved. So that's done. Now let's get this oil out from under here. drained out at the bottom and the fumato is closed. So now it's time to get oil in this thing. Always put it in the right place. Okay, this truck's pretty easy because with the oil, because these gallon jugs are 4 quarts, so 4 times 3 is 12, and then I'll have to add 3 quarts with my can after that. So I'm gonna go get a funnel and we'll get this started. Okay, I've cleaned up my funnel. I use 1540 Rotella T4 oil. So after I get this in, it'll be 12 quarts. Okay, well, I'm waiting for all that to drain. I'm gonna come back over here, finish draining these guys out right into this. Okay, this is quart number 13. Okay, this will be 14. I'm gonna put some oil in this here. I am just going to set this guy down in there and see if it comes over the top, which I don't think it will. And we're going to leave that just like that for a little bit. And then whatever we have left in here, we'll put the filter back in, and we'll put this back in my quart and fill it on up, and that'll be 15 quarts. All right, I've let this set for a few minutes. We're going to put this in. It has kind of a weird little thing on it inside, and you want to lift it directly up out and put it directly down in, or you could break that. And you don't want to break up your pickup tube. Okay, that should do it. Before we do anything else, we're going to check our oil level. It's just about a quart low, so we'll put 1 more quart in and call it good. Now, the first one we're going to do on this for the fuel filter is the easy one. Now, there's a small one that goes in here. Then this bigger one goes down on the rail of the truck. Now, I want to get up in there and look down in there and make sure I don't have any water in this. This truck has been running great. I haven't had any problems with it, so I don't foresee that being an issue. And again, that looks really good inside. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with that. Now, we will change out the O-ring. And that goes just like that. And this goes down in and has to go over that. And then it screws back in. I think that's good. All right, so now we have to go under and do the one on the rail underneath. Okay, now I again don't have these 36 millimeter socket. So what I do for this particular one here is I have an oil filter wrench that goes around it, and I do it that way. Okay, I put a clamp in here to hold this down. I do not know why in the world they would put a fuel filter down here. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Okay. How do I get this guy out? He must come this way. I know I had him out of here one other time, so. Now you got just enough room to get this up in there without hitting the filter. There we go. Okay, so that goes back in. Now this does not have to be super tight because the actual O-ring goes inside the canister. So you just want to bring it up about like that and leave it. All right, Ford recommends that you turn your key on for 30 seconds 6 times consecutively to get the air out. So we will time this and we will see what we will see. Anything leaking down here? Anything leaking up here? Nope. 6. I'm gonna go check and make sure there's no leaks yet. Oil pressure's up. Everything looks good. Now I'm gonna go down underneath and I'm gonna check the oil and I'm gonna check the filter out front. Nothing leaking there. All right. Taking her out for a test spin. Everything seems to be fine and dandy. All right, we're all done. There's no leaks. It runs great. We changed out the oil and the oil filter, and we changed out the fuel filters, and everything's good. So I'm going to start this back up and let it run for a little bit and charge the batteries, and then after that I'm going to shut her down and use her when we need her. So thanks for watching this episode, and remember, keep working hard. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. Tucker! What are you doing, Tuck?